Hey guys, welcome to the Cow Emporium. I meant to do like a start of August garden update, and it got away on me and time flew. So this is a mid-August garden update. And this is the first quarter of the garden. It's looking pretty sad. It's been half harvested, stuff is dying back. The potatoes in this row here have been the nicest potatoes, I'll tell you. We didn't want to put potatoes in the big garden, but our new patch hadn't been worked up yet very well, so we just put one row in here, and they're really nice. You can see the onions are starting to do their thing. They're dying back, and I've been pulling them out for garden boxes. So last week I made 14 boxes, and each box gets at least 2 onions, depending on the size of them. So yeah, it's good. Let's go see something else. One morning I came out to the garden, and in this spot here where the dirt's all disturbed, there was a mound of dirt, looked suspiciously like a pocket gopher had found its way into our yard. We didn't even have them at our place for a long time, but they have been out west at the summer pasture a long time. And they look like kind of a cross between a mouse, like a large mouse, and a gopher. So they have a mouse-like tail and tiny little ears, a flat face, and these tiny little paws that just dig like crazy. So all under here, there's like a maze of little tunnels that this creature has created just in the couple of days that it was in the garden. And we did buy a trap for it. Sorry for the people that don't love that, but we caught it. Glenn was very skeptical, but anyway, we caught it. And but you know, there's never just one, right? So I'd bought Glenn just a tiny lavender at the start of the season. I should have got him a bigger one. I don't even think that one's gonna have time to flower this year. The leeks are looking amazing. Everybody only gets one leek in their garden box for the season, and I know that seems cheap, but I love to have leeks in storage. I've started harvesting this celery. Was the celery I had such a hard time getting going, but it is just going great guns, and it's amazing. I have some new celery to plant, so we'll see. I should get that out this morning before it gets too hot. This is a ground cherry, and they grow in those little tiny paper sacks. You can kind of see it up top here. And when they turn brown, completely brown, then the little fruit inside of them is ready to eat. It tastes like a cross between a tomato and a pineapple. It's so cool. That's the newest planting of lettuce that was transplanted out. The birds or whatever was eating it has finally stopped eating it, so I might actually get some of that for myself. These are sugar snap peas that I've been harvesting for the garden box. There's a sweet potato in here, and one in a barrel. I'll show you maybe. It's coming along. I don't know if I'll get any sweet potatoes out of it. This is kind of my newest planting of beets and kale. You can see down at the end there, and at the back of that row by the tank, there's golden beets and red beets that I'm harvesting from. And this row is all summer squashes. It's amazing. See, we can sneak in there and take a peek. Beautiful scallopinis, zucchinis, green scallopinis, and what I thought was a yellow zucchini, but I think it's a crookneck summer squash. Package lied. This is our first row of carrots that we seeded. You can see that's all we really harvested out of it. Like maybe 6 feet. That's not very much. So that row held about 3,000 carrots when it was fully planted. And then you can see that there's another row of carrots there. I think their tops got a little sun scorched. You see they're a little bit brown there. I think that's all that is. I probably watered on a day when it was too hot. And so that row also has about 1,500 carrots in it. So I'm going to have lots of carrots. I always worry, you know, because they sometimes take a long time to germinate. You can see the cabbage tunnel is no longer tunneling. We had planted out a bunch of cabbage starts, and the darn critter, I think probably a grasshopper, got in there and annihilated everything. And then birds pecked a hole into near the bottom. So I came out one day and there was a bird in there. So I'm like, well, let's pull the tunnel back. So I pulled the tunnel back and only harvested one cabbage. I'll put a picture up of it. The rest of them actually had aphids on them, and you could see the grasshoppers have been in there. I don't think I've ever had green shelling peas this late in the season, but that's on the back row there along the fence. And when I was harvesting for my auntie, so we just had a family reunion, and she was dying for some green peas. So I took her some green peas, and I found one of the big spiders that we had in our tomato patch last year. So I'll see if I can find him. Ah, there he is. Now, I say big spider, and you're all going to be like, that's a tiny spider net. But to me, that's a big spider. Some people don't like bees. Some people don't like mice. I don't like spiders. There it is. Sorry if you don't like spiders, but anyway, I thought I just about grabbed it when I was harvesting some peas. So I'm glad I know where it is, because I dreamed about it last night. And so that's how upsetting that is to me. But anyway, these are the little bush cucumbers that I grew. And man, I haven't grown them before, so maybe beginner's luck, but they have been producing like crazy, and they will produce like a nice long English style cucumber that's super sweet. It's just really yummy. But I've been taking them young because I needed to replenish my dill pickle stash and storage. These beans here, let's take a look at those. These beans are my second planting of beans, and they are from bean seed that I saved from last year. Maybe some of you that follow the Facebook or whatever knew that I had a garage full of green beans that I was shelling as they dried properly. And so see how the plants are nice and wide, and looks like it would be easy to pick. I only put 2 across from each other in the row. And let's go see the green beans that I bought seed for this year. They're green beans that I bought seed for. And you see the bean itself. It's such a beautiful, straight, little, delicate bean. But these plants, like, they've been ruffled with, but they were so tight together that you really just have to sit on the bucket and pull the plant, you know, apart to actually get the beans. The plant is so tight sometimes that the beans are growing straight up into the air instead of hanging. I'm like, wow, it's totally crazy. This is the corn, winter squash, and potato patch. And it's the one you can see from the road driving past our house, and we get so many compliments on how nice it looks, which is very kind of people. So in here, this first one is a kabocha squash, Japanese pumpkin. And then I have my Jack V. Littles came, and so I'm super excited about that. I have sugar baby pumpkins, and that's them right here, and then a small spaghetti squash, and a really, really cool another Japanese winter squash that I want to show you. I can find a good big size one of it. Look at them. They're so cool. They're like little round yellow balls. Kind of got a bit of a tapered neck on them. Unfortunately, our potato patch, we found some potato beetles in here. So that stinks. So we're really going to have to keep an eye out next year to make sure that we aren't infested with potato bugs. Because right now, the plants are starting to die back, so they're not going to eat the leaves and basically wreck the potato growth like they would in the springtime when the plant is new. They'll just eat the whole plant down to nothing. The windbreak corn, that is my mother-in-law and father-in-law's corn, is going to be nicer corn for me than the corn that we started inside from seed store-bought. Mind you, it got beat up pretty bad in its early days. My in-laws keep trying their corn because it looks like it's going to be ready, but it's not quite. This corn has weird things going on, guys. Like, I've seen that in some other people's videos. But look at this corn stalk. Has no top, really. Has a cob at the top with, like, the tassel thing growing out of it. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Same with this one here. But I guess that's what happens when the wind kills it and then something eats it back to nothing, right? So it changes how the thing grows. But You see, this silk is pretty dark, actually. I should take a little peek at that. It feels like it's going to be an uneven cob, but definitely when your silk is brown like that, your cobs are usually ready. But these are pretty small cobs. Well, that's all for this video, friends. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye for now.